Hey, everybody, welcome to Psychic Medium Toni Greene. I am Toni Greene, the psychic medium, channel hypnotist, and healer. That's way too big of a title, way too long to throw in there. So I just go with psychic medium. Okay, everybody, I am getting ready to start the show. Actually, I am ready, and the show is started. So we're going to get going right away. The first thing I want to say, I will never reach out to you. Please do not get scammed. I say this during every single show, and people inevitably will get someone will reach out to them, and then they reach out to me and say, "Hey, this person, there once you've been scammed, there's nothing I can do about it." And so I always say on every single show, I try to say, if somebody reaches out to you, it's not me. Please. And if somebody like in on my social media, if someone comments a comment telling you, "Oh, you need this or you need," they do not have my permission. I do not um uh, I try to catch it and block it and get them off of there as quickly as possible. Please just don't fall for that stuff. Uh, I will say this, somebody who's good doesn't need to reach out to people on other people's platforms because they have their own people. So please do not be scammed. Okay, getting right into the show. So excited about today. I go live every Monday at noon, Wednesday at um, 7 p.m. Both of those times are central. I answer your questions about life, love, career, finances, and help you connect to loved ones up above. A couple quick things I made some predictions. Every once in a while, I do predictions. Today, I may do them again. I'm checking my notes of the predictions that I have made in the past. These are three that I recall. And two of them, I'm not happy that they have come to fruition or are coming to fruition. And one of them was like seeing a lot of water, flooding, tsunami type events. Well, I think we can all agree with what's going on in France, Italy. I think it's Montreal, New Mexico, Roswell. They better leave those aliens alone. I'm just saying, of all the places to flood, Roswell, do not flood there. They will bring the mothership home to us if what we've heard about Roswell, New Mexico is true. Leave them alone. That's all I'm saying. Do not flood Roswell. um, and a couple of other areas that have been, of course, we all know about North Carolina and what's going on in Florida. Um, so our prayers go out to everyone in those areas. And there are other areas I'm not even mentioning right now that are uh, suffering from this. Next is the other prediction I made was very, very public assassination attempts and assassinations. And I think we can all agree some of that has been happening. And then the last one, which I'm kind of excited to see how this one unfolds, but I said that they've been building up the Mega Millions lottery, and they've been allowing it to get to a billion and above. And I said they're going to start a new lottery with a much higher jackpot. Probably hope if the whole prediction was like $1 billion jackpot, but the ticket was going to be more like $5. And guess what? In April, the Mega Millions is going to start at a higher jackpot. And guess what? the ticket will be $5. So those are some of the predictions that I've made that I am aware of coming to fruition. If you guys, excuse me, I'm at 95% with this. There's still just a little froggy, frogginess, froggy stuff going on. So please bear with me. Please excuse that. Please just let's all try to ignore that. If you guys would like me to do predictions today, please put it in the chat. I'll throw out some predictions for you. Also, if you are listening, you can watch on YouTube. I record the show live on YouTube every Monday and Wednesday. Now, I do the best I can to get as many people as I can, alternating between phone calls and answering questions in the chat. If I do not get to you, please, you can book a session with me via my website. You just go there, pay, and then call the number on my website and schedule. My website is tonig.info. And if you just want your session to be more private, or you want to be able to ask more than one question or connect with somebody and have a longer conversation with them, that's the way to go. We are going to do what I like to call 60 minutes, loosely call 60 minutes of entertainment today. Please, if I call your area code, have a specific question available about life, love, career, finances, and or if you want to connect with somebody on the other side, their name and relationship to you, just their first name and then their relationship to you. We are going to get into, should I do songs? Okay, we're going to do some songs. The first song that I'm getting, and again, songs can be a song you know the answer to a question that you've been having, or it could be a song your loved one knew and is sending to you. The first song I'm hearing is that song, something, Ride, Sally, Ride. All you want to do is something, something, something. I don't know all of that song, and I apologize for that. I'm surprised I know that much. And the next song is that song, She's a Black Magic Woman. And again, that's the only part I'm getting. And sometimes the part I get is all you really need, so it's okay. The next song I'm getting, Macarena. Okay, if you know, you know. The next song I'm getting is, I'm going to do two more songs because they're not coming in as quickly as I would love them to. The next song is what's the next song, folks? Come on now. Okay, it's not a song. It's actually, I think, a confirmation, and it's caterpillars. I've had this on here one time before because I know we all think of the little, the caterpillar that turns into a butterfly, but then they show me the word caterpillar on a piece of heavy equipment. So the word, the picture, the actual little caterpillar thing, that's a confirmation for you from a loved one. Okay, I scrolled down. I have it set in the chat to where the very first question I need to answer is. So I didn't see that people do want predictions today. So I'm going to just do a couple of predictions. So just give me a second. Okay, I think what I'm getting right now is the third week in November. There's going to be a lot going on. Keep your bearings about you. Stay calm, move forward peacefully. The next thing I'm getting is as we move into December of this year, we're going to need to again have resolve within ourselves. Be calm. No matter what is going on around us, everything will be centered within us, or we should keep everything centered within us. Now, this doesn't mean there are going to be really negative things happening. This could be like what happened in North Carolina, which yes is negative, but it affected them, and to some extent it affects us. But we still have to stay calm and move forward, do what we can. Um, as we go into January and then into March, we'll be turning a corner and moving forward. Um, okay. Something about the sky. Um, I don't even know if I can say this. I don't even know if it makes sense. I'm just going to say it and let's not jump to conclusions. Let's just see what, because sometimes I'll say something to somebody in a private reading and they think they know what it is, and then it turns out to be something completely different. So I just want to keep in mind, no matter how what we think this is, it could be something completely different. But one thing that I'm getting is the sky is going to open. There's going to be like an opening, which we're just going to say that there's going to be like the sky is opening. That's what I just keep hearing. The sky is opening. Now we can jump to a lot of conclusions, but believe me, when this happens, as the words are coming out of my mouth, I'm hearing it. This is not pregame information. I do not have this information until I like bring it to you right now. Um, there will be no false flag on this. When it happens, we will know it is happening. Be wary of misinformation. Okay, and something else that is really important is okay, be wary of false attacks, false misinformation on supposed supposed attacks, whether they be from interdimensional or other countries. Okay. So just be wary of that. I'm going to be done with predictions for now because these are some pretty big, bold predictions, and we'll see what happens next. Okay. All righty. Let's go to the first caller, who is 708. 708, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Pat. I'm going through a really bad depression, and it's from a pharmaceutical, and my family has a different idea of how I should be going about this, and they kind of want to put me in a place. I just needed like some guidance or direction of what would be best for me.
Okay, Pat. Because it's Because of the platforms, there's not, I can't go into as much detail on this as we might like. What I can say is I want you to logically assess where you are now, if there's any improvement, and what you feel in a week or a month where it will be, and make a choice from there. I'm going to say this and try to say it without, there are a couple of things that are very natural. There are a lot of foods we can eat that are very natural that help with this. Um, and there are some supplementations that we can do that are very, very helpful with this. I know living in a state where the sun disappears for a great portion of the year, I personally stockpile D and make sure I always have it on hand because I do notice a difference when I do and don't take that. Um, and there is some also light therapy, whether that means getting a face light or doing some other type of light therapy that is helpful for you. Um, and I know a lot of people are very, very opposed to this, but I definitely am okay getting in a tanning bed in the middle of winter. Now, I will say this, and I don't take lightly what you're going through. If you ever feel, and maybe, other people can see it faster than we can sometimes. Sometimes somebody else's perspective on what's going on with us is a little bit clearer than what we are going through. If you ever feel like you just can't pull yourself out in that moment, then it might be time to access help from outside. Now, I understand if you go in house, there will be medication again. If you do not want to go that route, you need to find a naturopath. You need to work with a acupuncturist. You need to work with someone who can help to first balance and then increase. And we can't, unfortunately, we can't always do it on our own, unfortunately, especially if we are coming off of something. We need something to supplement, to first of all, to help healthfully detox things, and second, get the right things in our body. And I'll there's no replacement for appropriate minerals and getting the uh, appropriate minerals into the body. But most of all, um, yeah, okay. You know, there's a if you feel, and there is no shame in getting help, whether it be in-house treatment until they can get you balanced. I cannot tell you what to do, but I do believe sometimes we all need a little help, one side or the other. Um, if you, here's what I'm going to tell you. If you're trying to get off of something that you've been given, put it that way, it's the responsibility of the facility to get you off of that if that's your goal. Just because something is given to us, it doesn't mean we have to stay on it. but it's their responsibility to also get you off of it in a healthy way. So maybe that might be the route you want to go. Okay, love?
Thank you.
You are so, so welcome. Okay, you guys, because of the platforms that I am on, I'm happy to answer medical questions, but I can't answer them as freely or as exact as I would love to. But I am, don't go anyplace, Pat, because I'm going to do a clearing for any sadness, depression, sorrow. We're going to pull, clear, heal that. Now we're going to pull all that caused it, all that kept it, all the program cycles and beliefs with this. We're going to pull it all out now. And I'm going to tell you, it does no good to treat a symptom if we have not gotten to the source. And one of the things in today's world is just like, Pez dispenser doctors that are not getting to the source. And GPs, doctors that are GPs, Pez dispensing things that should be appropriately assessed over several sessions. And that is just a tragedy. And I have to be very careful um, because big Pez dispenser company kind of is in charge of a lot of things now. Trisha wants to know, do my angels have any message for me? Trisha, I typically like a more exact question, but I am going to answer this for you. Still clearing the depression, sadness, and sorrow, all that caused it, all that kept it. And you can come back and listen to that over and over again until it pulls it all out for anybody who needs it. Or earmark this show in. If you deal with the winter blues, come back to this part of the show and clear out those winter blues. Okay, do my angels have any message for me? Trisha, yes. I'm hearing you need to push forward. I hear the song Take It to the Limit one more time, and pushing forward. Just don't feel like, actually, what I'm hearing is don't feel like there is a limit. There is no limit. The only limit is in our mind. And once you realize you can take something as far as you want to take it, you can go as you can make it grow as far as you want to, or take it as far as you want to, and there doesn't have to be a limit. Then you will be well on your way. I hope this makes so much sense, Trisha, to what you want. Okay, love? I I hope that makes sense. And Trisha, I'm going to check later. Um, so if you can confirm for me, I'm hearing like your grandmother, a grandma says hi. So please confirm if your grandma is there for you. I'm going to go to the next caller, is on the other side. At least one of your grandmas. 361. 361, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Linda, and I'm calling from the state of Texas.
Hey, Linda, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you doing? Sounds like you're doing wonderful.
Oh, excellent. I'm doing excellent. Thank you so much for asking. How can I help you today?
Well, I was just wondering if my late husband, Paul, has any suggestions as to my next big step.
Okay. So the first thing I hear, and if this is not for you, it has to be for somebody else listening, but I hear Bernard. I don't know why I hear Bernard, but while you were asking, I just heard Bernard. So if this is for you, great. If it's not, somebody else, whoever belongs to Bernard, mm, well, he came through. Next, um, uh, I'm going to ask you something. Do you have an A B choice of your next big step? Like I can do this or I can do that.
Well, I did until my next big step was going to be to move. But the location I wanted to move, unfortunately, is it was North Carolina. So I don't feel that that's a choice that's feasible right now.
Yeah. Okay. So here's what I'm going to say. Um, I do feel like you're still going to move. I feel like it's going to and I do feel like you may still leave Texas. I do feel like it might be a little bit closer to home that you relocate to, but still out of Texas, but a little. So I'm hearing two things. The first thing is if you do relocate to North Carolina, it might end up being something like Charlotte. But if if you do not, if you may decide to stay somewhat closer to where you are. And this is an example, it's not an exact, like Nevada. Something that is out of Texas, but not as far from Texas, but like kind of like a neighboring state. Those are going to be the choices. You're going to have three locations that come in. Um, and North Carolina is not off the docket yet. It's not like as far as your choices go. You could still do that, maybe just not that exact space where you thought of before. But there are going to be two other locations that come in. One of them might be, and I don't want to name spaces for you. I'm just going to tell you what I'm hearing. And I'm going to give you four examples like Tennessee, Nevada, and the Carolina. And you're going to really sit with dime. The way I'm hearing it is dimes to dollars, like which one makes the most sense financially, which one is the weather the safest seemingly, because who would have thought Roswell would be flooded at this point, right? Who would have thought? Who just
Right.
right? So I feel like there's going to be three choices, and you may not know all three choices as of yet, but you will. And I'm hearing very soon, within the month or within a month. And I feel like you may know by the end of October what your three go-to places are. And then you're just going to start to do so much like cost of living research sort of thing. I do feel like your original choice is not off the market yet. You just may have to, and what I'm hearing is slide. Like if you were going to be here, you might have to slide here. Um, but there's, I would say for now, don't go anywhere near where the flood or floodwaters went because it's rumored there may have been some NUCLEAR barrels that were caught up in that whole thing. So the volunteers are getting, well, I can't really say a lot because you guys know how these platforms work. And in the land of the free and free speech, until it's not, I would stay away from that area and any place where that may be affected until that solid confirmation comes in of what that, if that is accurate. And we know they hide a lot from us. So what I'm going to say to you is, if you do go to that place, make sure it is in no way, like wherever you're going, you're no way affected by any of that. And again, I'm hearing, I don't know if this is one of your go-tos, but Tennessee and Nevada, I keep hearing those two. If you choose to look at those, that's great. If not, it's okay. Also, yeah, and that is what I have for you, love. That's what I have for you.
Well, thank you so much, and I totally understand what you're saying about the barrels. I've been doing a lot of research on that myself, and I appreciate you bringing up that as a concern, because it certainly was one of mine too.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so very much, Toni. I appreciate all the wonderful feedback.
Thank you. And I'm going to tell you, since you've done research on that and they brought it up, because when I'm doing the show, these things are not on the forefront of my mind. So for that to come up, that's definitely a confirmation for you, to know if you do go to that direction, make sure it's like, if everything went downhill, stay uphill, or stay in away from where that flow could be. I personally, I can't tell people what to do. I can just tell you what I'm getting, and you have to make your choices from there. Okay, love? Thank you so much. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for your question.
Thank you. Big hug.
Yes, you are so welcome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I am going to go to the next question online. Gypsy Ann. Hi, Toni. I have a question on a coworker friend, Bonnie. We've been chatting and hanging out for a few months. Now I have not heard from her. I texted, called, nothing. Was it something I said? No. Was it something you do? No, I feel like there's something going on to her. So don't stress about it. And Gypsy Ann, I'm going to say, typically if we do something or say something, we kind of have an idea of what it is. But I will also say this, if something was said that was not meant in a malicious way, we can't have friends that sensitive. I know that sounds bad, but what I'm also going to say is, I feel like this has nothing to do with you, more to do with what's going on with your friend. Give it a little grace and a little time. I feel like everything will come back together. And you know what, I'm a Gemini. A lot of my friends are Geminis. And we just go through spurts where we just like, we're here for a moment, and then bloop, we're over there for a moment, and bloop, we're back over here for a moment. So I would say, don't stress it. I don't know that that's the case. I feel like it's something going on with her and in her life. I don't know if I did 774. We're about to find out. 774, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, Toni. My name's Annie. I'm calling from Massachusetts.
I'd like to know, hi, you look beautiful.
Oh gosh, thank you so much. How can I help you, love?
About my dad, he's passed over. It's
Thank
a
you.
message from my dad, Frank. His name's Frank.
His name is Frank? Okay.
Frank. Yeah, Frank.
Frank, Frank, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So the first thing I hear, and if this makes sense to you, please let me know. It's been a long time. And then it's that song. It's been a long time since I rock it. It's been a long, long, lonely, lonely time. Sorry, I don't know all the words. Yeah. Okay. So that's the first thing I hear. So that either that should be some sort of confirmation, or it feels like it's been. When did he pass? How long ago, love?
In 2017. So
Okay. That
7 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time. And
Yep.
it could feel like it was yesterday, but it's still been a bit of time. Okay, so thank you for that confirmation. The next thing that I'm hearing, it's another song. It's so funny. I want to run. And this is such an old, old, old song. I want to ride my bicycle, but he's saying motorcycle. But I think the original words, I want to ride my bicycle.
Bicycle, yeah.
But he's saying motorcycle. So I don't know what that means,
funny.
or if I'm just mixing. But anyway, and then he's telling me Freebird, which I know is a group, a bit like a band or whatever we call them.
Yeah.
So those are some of the confirmations coming through. The next thing he would say to you is, my gosh, you've developed into such and please don't think these are not my words. I'm not coming on to you, okay? He is saying you have developed into such a beautiful woman. I would have never imagined you could be as beautiful as you are. Please don't ever let anyone treat you less than. Hold your head high. And then it's with that song, Hold Your Head High. He must be a music. Okay. So and then he's saying, don't ever let anyone treat you less than. But you're my girl, and that is not okay. Um, there was a sense of like protection, like you felt a sense of like protection, like when he was here, you felt like, well, and we all do with our parents, like, well, my dad, I can go to my dad, or my dad will whatever. And he's saying, just because he's not in the physical form, it doesn't mean you can't come to him. He's still there having your back, Jack. And yeah, I know your name's not Jack, but having your back and taking care of he is doing all these songs. It's just taking care of business, like taking care of business. So every time he says something, it's either from like I got your back, Jack, or like a song. So I find that so awesome. He's also saying there's nothing he doesn't know. If you just breathe, he'll give you the answers.
Okay.
Yeah, I love that. I freaking love that. I freaking love that. Okay, and then the next thing he wants to say, and there's one more thing, and then I'm gonna, as soon as I say, and then I'm gonna let this go. He's saying, "I love her, I love her, I love her." But the other thing he wanted to say is, it's there's something coming in soon, because he's saying it's in the mail. It's in the mail. So that to me means it's on whatever you've been asking for. It's on its way. It's on its way. Okay, beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah. I hope this was helpful.
Thank you so much. Love you, Dad.
Oh, he loves you, and he loves you too. And he knows you still. Sometimes it's like it was just yesterday. Sometimes it catches you off guard. And he knows that, and he's there in those moments to help you. So please know that.
Thank
okay,
you.
love?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Toni. Thank you.
Oh my goodness, you are so welcome. You are so welcome. Okay, I am going to go to the next question from Elizabeth. Hi, Toni. Will I see or talk to my college friend G soon? Um, Unfortunately, Elizabeth, I don't feel like that's going to happen in the near future. You will talk again, but depending on what your definition of soon is, it might not be as soon as you think it's going to be or want it to be. But yes, you will communicate again at some point. Okay, love? Um, you guys, I am going to go to the next caller, who is 203. 203, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, Toni. It's Pat from Connecticut. Can you hear me?
I can, Pat. How are you?
Okay. Listen, I want to thank you so much for the reading. And I just want to reconfirm something that you said. I'm going in for surgery soon. And I spoke to you about a dash cam. And I just want to be sure that I should get one? Can it wait till after, or should I get it now? And do you think this is pulling in negative energy by getting something like a dash cam?
Okay, it can wait until after the surgery, and absolutely not. Here's the way I would look at something like this. If you are worried, concerned, fearful that something could happen and there will be no proof, let's just put it that way, that is pulling it in. Where once you have a dash cam, if this is a concern of yours, once you have a dash cam, you no longer have to worry about it because there it is. You're protected. You have the information. And I'm going to mute you just for a second, love. And I'm going to say this further. I was watching a video of this. It's so crazy. I would not, in my mind, like there are definitely different ways of thinking for different people. That's all I'm going to say. But there's like a 2-lane road and traffic is flowing pretty quickly. And this car cuts off the driver and speeds ahead a little bit and then slams on the brake. And the driver almost hit this person, but didn't. And on her cam in her vehicle, you can hear her going, oh, bleep. And then, but she doesn't hit the person. So this janky person pulls forward, puts the car in reverse, and then backs into her to make it look like she rear-ended them. And then this should be like in a freaking movie, because who does this? And is this real? Is this real? And then the driver gets out and is taking pictures of her license plate. And then 3 people pile out of the car holding their head and their neck and their back. And it's like, what? It was all pre-planned. So in a case like that, not that that's ever going to happen, but it's better to be safe than sorry. It's like people with Ring doorbells. If you have one, you know who to answer to and who not to. Like, if those people, those Mormons knock on your door, you're like, oh yeah, I'm staying in bed. I'm not getting up for that. If, but if it's somebody you want to answer, you can. But in either case, you have what you need. And so it takes away all that worry, all that fear, all that stress. And I think if there's something you are no longer worrying about or thinking about because you know the answer is there, that resolves it. That resolves everything. Okay, Pat, I hope that answered. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you for getting the reading. we're going to go to Terry. Miss Toni, where that man of mine for love. Oh, Terry, I know, right? I know. So many people are looking for a good man. I think we're all looking for the exact same man. Sal, are you listening here? Okay, Terry, there's a potential for somebody to come in December and then February. It's not the same person, it's two different people. And Terry, what I'm really, really hearing for you, go for a different type. So if you typically, like this type of person, go for a different type. Um, go for someone who is, mm, I just different. Go for, I don't know, I'm making this up. I'm not saying this is exact to you. I'm making it up. Like, go for the geeky programmer over the whatever. That's not for you specifically. I'm just making that up and saying that. Geeky programmer. Not, and please don't come at me. Not all programmers are geeky. There are some pretty hot programmers out there. There are. I mean that. There are. I've seen a hot programmer. Um, so please know that. But what it means is, don't go just based on like maybe the physical. I don't know what they mean by that, but Terry, you should. So sometimes I try to get myself out of a hole I think I put myself in, but then it's like I just fall a little bit deeper. And there's that. Okay, I'm going to go to the next caller who is 623. 623, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, Toni. It's Rebecca from Arizona. How are you doing?
Rebecca, how are you?
Doing great.
Excellent. How can I help you?
I was calling. Yes, I wanted to know if there was a message from my angels or my mom. I've been hearing a lot of, I sound great. Let's see, smoke, smells of my uncle, my mom, everybody.
Okay.
So I don't know who it is, if it's my angels or my mother or my uncle. My mother's name is Rachel. My uncle's name is Francisco.
So the one thing I get for you, Rebecca, is so I hear this, first of all, they're all in it together. Meaning they're around you, they're with you, they're all talking to you. But I am going to give you a very specific message, and the first message is coming from your uncle, and it is make your boys stronger, make your boys stronger, make them make them men. And I do understand once people reach a certain age, it's a little bit difficult to control them. But he is saying through open-ended questions and analogies, you can help your sons to understand things a little more. And then your mom, Rachel, is saying, don't take it for granted. There's okay. Don't take it for granted. There's so much that's been laid before you. Don't look at it as this is where it is. Instead, look at it like where it could go or what it could be, and just expand it as much as you can. No matter what it is, don't take it for granted. Expand it. Keep going with it. Make it grow. And then this is the weirdest. First of all, I want to say the first time I had these, I was in another country and they were so good. I'd never known these existed before. And what she's saying is she keeps saying empanadas, empanadas, empanadas.
Yes.
Does that make sense to you, Rebecca? Rebecca, can you make empanadas? Because I might have you make them, freeze them, and send them to me. They're so
I don't know
good.
how to make them, but I do eat them. Yes.
So one thing I want to say, and I say this all of the time on here, if there's something you can do it, and do it for others, but you don't have to do it for free. You can, and I say this especially as we go into the holidays, you can, if you know how to make something, whether it's a food or a product, you don't have to think big picture all the time. Sometimes the big picture develops as we go. So start with one thing and get it going, and for whomever, like I know of someone who will on Friday night make X amount of food, has been doing it forever, and people call, they reserve their plate, and then they go pick it up, or they come and sit and eat in like their kitchen, so to say. And he is reasonably priced, but it's just a friends and family thing. And so that whatever this is for you, don't hesitate. Don't if you can do it, do it. That's the message I'm getting. If you can do it, do it. Sometimes our gold, our lottery is the gift inside of us that we share with others. And that's the message I have for you, Rebecca. I hope that makes so much sense.
Yes. Thank you, Toni.
You are so welcome. You are so welcome. And I look forward to next time, love.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much for calling in, Rebecca. Thank you. I'm going to say this. One of the, unless you are starting with a lot of capital or a lot of clientele, one of the biggest mistakes people can make is thinking they have to start so big and for the masses. Sometimes if you start in a way that is, like friends and family or word of mouth, you may grow quickly or at a pace that's good for you, but you'll definitely survive over thinking I have to get a place that seats this many people or does this much or serves this much. Get the reputation, get the name, get all of that into place first, and then build to that point. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Hey, Moon Mama. We're going to go here. Hi, Toni. What is my son Alex anxious about lately? Thanks, Julie. I think just what I'm getting is life in general. And don't forget, everyone, I'm just going to say this. There's just been a lot going on with everything between, let's just say, weather, flooding, fires, so on and so forth. we pick up on each other's energy and the energy of everything around us. So please know that if you or someone you know is anxious, this could be why. Here's, I know not everybody agrees with this, but if you're comfortable with this, turn off TV and watch. If you're going to watch something, watch comedies. If you're going to listen to something, listen to music that makes you really happy with no commercials, like put in a CD or stream something. But take the pollution out of your ears. Just take it out for a while and only bring things in that make you laugh or that you 100% adore, and watch those anxiety levels just drop for everyone. Okay, I am going to go to the next caller, who is 814. 814, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Amy and I'm calling from Pennsylvania.
Hi.
And my question is, I put in for a position for a promotion with a different department. Do you see me getting that position?
As of right now, not this time. But I do feel like in the future there is something better for you. But as of right now, it's not this time. It doesn't mean it's no forever, but it's not right now. Okay, love. And this is actually for you. And one of the things I'm hearing, Amy, that I really need to say is sometimes they already have the person picked, but they need to post it and do interviews for it. I don't know if I'm hearing that. I'm not going to state that that's factually the case for you and your company in this moment. But what I am getting is this one's not yours, but there is one coming up that will be, and you're so much better suited for it. Okay, love?
Okay.
Thank you so
Okay.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for, oh, you're so welcome, love. And thank you so much for calling in. I'm really grateful for that. And you guys, it's really disappointing when we get our heart set on something. And I'm not saying it just like right now, there's something else going on with that promotion that is, I don't want to, it's not sketchy. It's just not what you think. And I feel like there is going to be something coming in that will be good for you. Okay. Oh, thank you, Moon Mama. I love that. Okay, Moon Mama, what is happening for me for the rest? Oh, that is a lot, Moon Mama. I can't do the rest of the year on here. I can do I can do this for you because I only have a couple minutes. Your nephew Nick. Okay, I missed
90 seconds.
my nephew Nick. He passed. He's singing the song, "You Are Always on My Mind, Love. You Are Always on My Mind," and then he wants to let you know that he's going to be sending you a sign, like a symbol, a confirmation. That can happen today and or tomorrow. And there are 3 ways that he lets you know he's with you: acorns, and pine cones, and squirrels.
60 seconds.
So I hope that helps, Moon Mama. I really hope that helps you guys. I love each and every one of you so stinking much. I will be back Wednesday at 7 p.m. If I did not get to your question today, please come back. I will do my best to get to you guys on Wednesday. I'm sending each of you so much love. And again, thank you so much for joining me here today.